Oh.
And welcome to the Part-Time Nerd Podcast with me, your host, Alan. And joining me, oh man, Downer Dave is here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm just Downer Dave because I had a couple too many beers last night. Apparently 5 is my limit these days where I don't wake up feeling crappy. Great episode of Strikeout Beer last night, but I guess I went too far with the 5 beers. I don't know.
I don't know. I think you had more than 5. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there because
4,
I had
5,
more than 5.
I had
So
6. Yeah, one post-show brew, and that was it.
That's not correct.
That might be why I feel so much worse than I do, or than I thought, because I was like, I've only had it.
Yeah. No. You had more than 6, buddy. Hate to break it to you.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. But anyways, here we are. Titans Season 3, Episode number 12, Prodigal. This is the next week's our season finale of this. So we've got this week, and then we got next week, and then we're done until Season 4. So,
Awesome.
but let's jump into it. A lot of stuff happens this episode. Like lots of things are going on. There's a lot of moving parts. We're all over the place. But let's get into it, buddy. What are your thoughts?
It was a wild episode, like you said. I said there was some great parts, some good parts, and then it kind of fizzled out for me a little bit, and then they brought it back around. I really enjoyed it for what it was. I was very curious if they were going to get Dick over to the Lazarus pit. It had to happen, right? You knew it had to happen. Now, Gar turning into a bat and being surrounded by a bunch of bats, floating him over there was a interesting move.
Right.
But yeah, you find out people's kind of motives and whatnot. Is Blackfire is like, wanting to go home all of a sudden because now she's got her flame. She's ready to go back. She's going to be queen or something now.
Right,
And
because she finds out Starfire lets her know, oh, by the way, I was the one born without powers. You were born with powers, but your parents just took them from you and gave them to me.
yeah. Connor's not too excited about it. That was one of the great parts, I think. He just sat there, was like
he straight up went full bore evil right there. Dude's lost it. So that little Lex Luthor's coming out in him right there.
Yeah. Their relationship kind of bothers me anyways. I'm glad they're breaking up. I mean, obviously this is the start of the breakup, right?
Right.
Tim Drake hasn't really done I don't know what to think about Tim Drake at this point. His character's really not evolving. He's not really doing much for me. Donna's back. She's still bad mofo. You know what I mean? She's awesome. Right. But yeah, it was just kind of like ups and downs. But here was my biggest thing, and I was going to bring this up to you, is when Dick gets thrown into the Lazarus pit, and he's sitting there, he's seeing his dad, or having a chat with the doctor, the good doctor, and I'm like, why is this guy involved? Why is Scarecrow in this passage of him coming back to life? You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand why it's like that. I figured it would be something else about healing. I don't know, but somehow the doctor's in his head.
Because he's in his head. That's the thing. That's the thing of it, is he's living up in that head rent free.
It was cool to see him in the Joker get up with that crowbar in his hand. I was like,
that was pretty cool. Yeah, Dick was going through some crap, including for a second there, I thought maybe we morphed over to the movie It, with some Pennywise stuff going on there with that little girl with the red balloon. I was like, what the is going on?
She's calling him dad. She's got a red balloon. I'm like, what the hell? I'm with you. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And I was like, oh man, he knocked up Corey and we don't even know it.
But yeah, so you've got all that going on. You've got Gar's, he's struggling with stuff still, just trying to figure everything out. And
he's having a tough time.
Raven's kind of helping him out some, just letting him know, hey, look, here's the way you need to do all this stuff. I thought she's kind of relating to him, saying, I was in the same place you were back when we were fighting my dad last season, but here's how I overcame it with love, the power of love.
The Huey Lewis song.
But yeah, and you got Scarecrow has just completely lost it.
He's cutting off people's hands and stuff, and
because he lost his right hand, man. So he just needed a right hand, so he's good, right?
Oh my God. Jason Todd's a mess.
He's a wreck. Dick goes and gets him. He comes out of the Lazarus pit, and he's just like, you know what? I I can see clearly now. Go rally the Titans." And she's like, "Well, where are we rallying at?" He's like, "Donna." And they're like, "What? Well, hold on, Donna?" Like they have
Mhm.
no clue that Donna's alive, so they're like, they don't know what's going on. And then he goes and gets Jason. I thought it's funny because he's like, "So I'm a Titan again?" He's like, "No, you're never going to be a Titan again."
He shut that S down. He was like, "No." I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, all right.
No, no, no,
Get
no.
out of here, you slept." He did. He swatted that away so quickly. I don't know if we're gonna get the redemption story like you've been wanting and predicting with Jason Todd. We'll see. This might be this is the start of him, doing what's right and whatnot. Barbara got out of jail. That was like one of my favorite parts. She snuck out of that place too, man.
Yeah, and then she's trying to bring Oracle back online. Like when she turned it off, you knew it wasn't like off, right? Like there was there was something that was going to happen with that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Jail weathered Commissioner Gordon, I'm still in. Maybe even so more at this point.
but yeah, and you find out Scarecrow's been like having like weekly or like daily visits with her, through just talking to her, and he's got the camera and all that in there
Yeah.
and that, and
Through the surveillance cam and whatnot. That's inside the
yeah,
cell. He hacks in from, the Bat Cave and whatnot. So he's in constant contact, just annoying the piss out of her, I only assume.
yeah, yeah. But and you are getting that redemption story because he's helping, Dick, hey, here's what we got to do. Here's, I found this out. Dick's talking to him, say, "Hey, what is he rambling on about?" And they figure it out, and they're going to find that, but they're too late. Not Joker, Scarecrow. He has all that toxin that he's got there, um, and so that's kind of where they leave us with that. So
Should be a fantastic finale, or season finale, that is. Um, I predict it for a very long, it might even go above the normal 50 minutes, 48 minutes. It should be
yep.
relatively long because there's a lot of stuff they got to sew up, like get, before the end of the season. I mean, there's so much, the stories are so out there. No one's with each other. Um, you know, the fate of Dick, the fate of Jason Todd, everybody, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot that they need to wrap up, unless they're just gonna roll it to next season, man, and leave you on
Yeah.
some crazy cliffhanger,
Well,
which
and I think they will because they've kind of done that with each season, and I don't think you're going to get the Robin reveal, like the actual Tim Drake as Robin,
it's way too
until
early anyways. He's
next
still
season,
just so
right?
green.
Like
Yeah.
you're going to get that transition for him. I really feel like next season because you got to have some time. You got to have your montage, right? His training. Some time has to pass because, yeah, he's done all the detective type stuff, but fighting wise, I mean, he saw Scarecrow and turned tail and ran. He got shot in the back, right? So
Yeah, I'm waiting for something better from him. I like the actor. The actor's doing a great job portraying him, but it's just um I want to see more Tim Great, but he's got to grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still a child. It's not weathered, not seasoned. He's not a fighter. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
And that's what they have to get into him and get him ready to be the new Robin.
yep, yep. Which I mean, you had that with Gar when he first joined, right? He wasn't really this big fighter, and then over time he's learned how to and has picked it up. So you will have that. I think we'll kind of get that transition from this season into next season, where they'll start the season something like 6 months later or whatever, and they make sure they note that and have a little nod to, man, you've been doing so great in your training, Tim.
Right?
Keep it up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, so I mean, all in all, I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was a good episode. It's really setting things up for our season finale next week. I'm looking forward to that. Um, it's been a fun season though. I've enjoyed the season so far, and I'm ready to see the conclusion to this,
Yeah. Yeah. Me
and
too.
maybe a little tease for who are is the Superboy end up becoming a bad guy for next season. I mean, he's already kind of
He's
going off
brokenhearted
the rails.
now.
Yeah,
His woman's trying to leave him, leave the planet to get away from him.
right? And
And
he's
he
like,
blew the
I can't
spaceship up.
go there, right? Like, I can't survive on your planet. She's like, yeah, I know,
Cold-blooded.
right?
Unbelievable.
Oh man, but yeah, no, all in all, good episode. You got anything else on this one?
Not for this episode. However, I
Oh,
did get a hand delivered. I just want to say this on your show. My favorite characters, Hawk and Dove.
That's
First
right.
issue, all new DC. This is from like the '80s that you dropped off yesterday. Gave it to me live on Strikeout Beer or Late Night Beer Review, one of the two. So yeah, got me a badass old school comic that I posted on the gram. So check it out.
Yeah, it was just my way of just saying thank you for everything you've done for the podcast. Always coming on and watching this stuff with me, helping me with the backgrounds, the thumbnails, just everything. I saw it, and when I saw that comic, the first person I thought of was you.
Yeah, I
So
love Hawk and Dawn. They're my favorite. I can't believe we haven't had Dawn come back or Dove, excuse me. I call her Dawn.
yeah,
But yeah, Dove. We need Dove back. She's out there. She'll probably be back next week, to be honest with you. Um, I mean, maybe they'll be killed again and we have to go see Hank one more time. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe we get lucky. Maybe we can get lucky.
for a minute, I thought maybe we were gonna get that Hank while um, Dick was in the Lazarus pit.
Mhm.
And because he showed up in woods, and I was like, "Oh man, where's Hawk at? I can't wait. Let's get Hawk."
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, we might pop up. So yeah, but yeah, I
Yep.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, man. Hey, anytime. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and put them in the comments. Send us an email, parttimenerdpodcast@gmail.com. Guys, until next time, we'll talk to you later. Deuces.